Okay, awesome. Welcome, guys, to another one of our Monday Lives. I'm Adam Hart.
And I am Carl Swantoon.
Right on. This is Clear Impact Coaching. We're really excited to have you join us. Obviously, we're here to have a really beautiful discussion this morning about what, Carl? What are we up to this morning?
Well, how to reduce your money stress without working harder, without just having to figure out how to make more money. And what we're really going to talk about is how we can definitely save a ton of money and even have the opportunity to make money just by calming the nervous system.
How do you do that?
So simple, right? and I mean, money stress is so prevalent and ingrained in our culture, right? In our society.
Yeah.
It's, we're trained from the very first moment we come into this world that it's a competitive world out there. We got to compete and battle. And part of that compete is noticing what other people have. And then what happens, right?
Yeah. It's a vicious cycle.
All of the marketing that's hitting us. Oh, you need to have this. You'll be happy if you get this. You'll be happy if you have that. And the monkey brain loves that stuff, right? It loves comparing us to other people. Yeah. And so, and as you probably all heard Adam talk about before, when we get revved up, when our nervous system is revved up, which all the stressors in our culture and our society and way of living are constantly bombarding us, are revving us up, we naturally turn to our cravings, right? For that shot of dopamine, that shot of adrenaline, that just shot of escape. And let's go through a list of cravings, Adam, and notice how many of them cost us money.
Well, for me, definitely the biggest one in my history has been sugar. And, every time you get a craving to feel better and you reach for food, that costs you something financially.
Well, okay. And it costs you something if there's no nutrition in it, because you still got to go get your nutrition, but you're getting the fast food, you're getting the donut, you're getting the Snickers bar, Adam's classic favorite.
Yeah. I also, one of the big ones for me, I remember a time where I used to turn to gambling, mostly poker. Playing a lot of poker back in the day was a way to get a little relief from the stress, but definitely costs a lot if you lose.
Yeah, and certainly in through my life, massive cash drain: smoking, drinking, drugs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just think about how many people go to the bar and just don't blink an eye at dropping $100, $200, and you go home with a hangover. Get your hangover the next day, and there's obviously very little value in that, other than you feel like woohoo, party, that's great, right? And there's other stuff. Certainly for a lot of people out there these days, online shopping is a big one.
Yeah, huge for sure.
I like that outfit. I need this convenience, and then you get all these deliveries from Amazon. It's like, oh, what did I buy that for? Why do I more stuff?
It feels so good in the moment, though.
And time to give away some clothes now because I have too many clothes. So it's like, why do we have too many clothes? That's crazy. And even social media, I've been thinking about this recently, with all the little games you can do on social media and all the different apps, and they always have in-app purchases. And maybe it's a subscription to this, a subscription to that, whether it's, the Netflix different types or the online dating or even the games, you can buy this or buy that for the little extra dopamine hits. So it's really pervasive. And so we're spending all this money, which of course is giving us stress, telling us we have to figure out how to make more money, we got to get a better job and all that stuff. So how do we slow that down and reverse that?
Yeah, I think even before we get there, I mean, in terms of the money side of things, we can end up spending a lot of money on the things that we turn to feel better, but we also give away a lot of our time. And when we're giving away our time is money. And the ways that we can be efficient with our time and really utilize that to put ourselves in positions of service to others, which ultimately helps you earn more money when you help other people solve problems, especially high level problems. But we tend to just, deny ourselves that because we start giving away our time and then we're wondering, where's all our money and where's all our time? And it's because we don't understand how to do what we're about to share.
That's a great point. And how many times have you heard people say, I got all these money problems, but I don't have any time. Yet they spend Friday evening at the bar and all day Saturday nursing a hangover and online shopping and on your phones. And I'm a victim of that on social media. But the little games on the phones. I spend a good chunk of time. I enjoy it, but I know that that's not serving me.
Well, and I think the phone one is an interesting one too, right? Because if you get your notifications of, and it's just always a smart thing to do, put on your notifications of how much time you spend. So every day it tells you, because you 100% spend more time than you think you do on your phone. I think the average American or North American adult spends like 6 to 7 hours a day on their phone.
Crazy.
Like something absurd.
Now I give myself credit for those hours I spend listening to music with my headphones in.
Right. Yeah, that's a little different if you're, podcasting and if it's productive hours, okay, and you're learning something and you're growing through it, and music's inspiring. But if you're just, scrolling social media and whatnot, yeah, you're losing money, and that's obviously the subject here is about the finances, but your time is everything. And if you're not putting it into efficient ways, you're not able to earn as much as you'd like to earn, for sure.
So how do we offset or reduce this massive spending that we're doing that's non-productive?
Well, I mean, the main one, and what we always focus on, and what our whole mission is to help folks nourish their nervous system, understanding that when you're living in a stressed up state, it's very difficult for you to optimize the vibration that you want to hold so that you can earn financially the freedom that you desire.
So let's talk about it specifically as it relates to cravings.
Mm-hmm.
So when we calm the nervous system, as we've discussed many times in many different ways, when we're revved up, our executive function turns off and our brain is just saying, give me energy. And it's so hard to resist those cravings. I find it difficult. I mean, everybody does when they're revved up. So how do we battle that? Calm the nervous system. And Adam and I teach breath work that Adam developed some years ago called heart flow. And in less than a minute, 3 breaths, 33 seconds, we can take ourselves from that revved up, sympathetic fight or flight state into the calm rest and digest state. And all you need is a moment. When you can be present and calm in a moment, you can make a choice. And this isn't about making every choice for the next weeks forward. This isn't about a massive commitment. This is always about the moment, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Before we dive into the power of this, I just want to remind everybody, if you are watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button wherever you find it. We really appreciate you guys choosing to be here and subscribing. And we try to release a new video every week. So thank you for
give us a like, give us a comment. We love to hear back from you.
Yeah. And so just coming back to this idea of the heart flow breath, and we're happy to share a training. Carl and I created a training around this, and obviously this is a big part of the core foundational work that we do. Just ask us for the training. We'll send it to you. It's free. But there's an element of this that I think is really, really important to recognize, that when we do use this breath work as it's designed, you're actually going to be training your brain to release the hold of patterned thoughts that have you continually going into this reactive revved up state, which ultimately zaps you of your time and your inability to hold finances the way they are, and also attract more abundance around your finances.
Right. And so sticking with the cravings, I want to get over to that side in a moment, that how we actually can make money through this.
Yeah, I love it.
So when we calm the nervous systems, we reduce the strength of the cravings. And the monkey mind will tell you, oh, but that makes you feel good. That makes you feel good. When you train your nervous system to stay in a calm state, you can have that same feeling by doing things that don't cost you money, by being out in nature, by whatever exercise you're attracted to, by really being present with your loved ones. You can get that same dopamine, the serotonin, maybe not so much the adrenaline. Of course, sports can give you that, but that same joy and happiness. Because I think when people are asked to let go of some cravings, they're, but I'm not going to have that fun, that escape, that feeling of dopamine. But you can achieve that in natural, healthy, sustainable ways. But you have to calm the nervous system first. So just think about all the money you spend out there. Consider your cravings. We all have them. There's no shame in it. You don't need to have any shame or regret around it. But what are the things that you're connected to? Drinking, eating expensive meals out in restaurants, gambling, whatever online expenditures, online shopping, and think about how much money you could actually put back in your jeans just by being calm. So that's one side of it. Super simple, super easy. But I like the other side of it too, and it's really intriguing in how it can actually make us money, right? It's like, how does calming the system actually make you money? If you don't mind me, if I can explain it out, when we calm our nervous system, we turn back on our prefrontal cortex, right? Our executive function. And that's the place in our brain that helps us make more clear, logical decisions. And so when you're calm, you can look at a situation, a problem, a job, an opportunity, and probably make a better decision around it as opposed to that reaction when you're stressed out. Secondly, and more powerfully, when we train ourselves to be in that calm state, we strengthen the connection between our heart and our brain through our vagus nerve. And correct me if I'm wrong on the technical side of this, Adam. You're more in tune with this than me. But when we connect to our heart, we actually open the door for stronger intuition, for better decision making, because we're using our intuition, using our heart to make decisions as opposed to just trying to figure shit out, right? And fix shit. And so you are going to make better decisions because you're going to be utilizing your intuition. And what's the next level to this, Adam?
I love it. Well, this is the level we're talking about, being in service, right? I mean, there is no higher vibration and no more powerful act of self-love than nourishing your nervous system in the moments that your brain is trying to trip you up and throw you into a reactive state. Right. When you train your nervous system to come back into the parasympathetic, reset itself, that is the most powerful act of love possible. And what you find when you do this work and you practice and train your nervous system is you start to fall into this vibration of being really, really in love with yourself because of this work. And that ultimately leads you to having an overflow that goes vibrationally, goes out in the quantum field, the universe, God, whatever we call it, whatever your thing is. And it starts to look to bring more of that to you. And this is that level of service that you start to find yourself being in a position where you're attracting people to help and support in a way where there's opportunity there.
Right. And so this power of attraction that we create by being in a higher vibration will attract back the abundance that you desire. If you know, and if you can believe and see yourself in an abundant life, and that's certainly financial, but also within relationships, within health, peace of mind and wellness, and attracting that abundance by being in that positive high vibration state. So when we say you can actually make more money by calming the nervous system, it's really about creating that higher vibration and attracting. Now, we actually have a tool that we train, one of our 2 foundational practices within our Unleash Your Energy group coaching program, which is what we call vision activation, which is really connecting to who do we choose to be? Who do we believe that we are? Not in our story, in our ego, but in our soul, in our heart. If we could let go of all the shame and all the regret, which is what we help people to do, who can we choose to be? And when we can connect to that vibration of who we choose to be, it's very powerful how we attract back, as you suggest, ways to feel that same way. And that will come in terms of financial abundance, as well as abundance in all other areas of your life. And it's a super powerful tool, but it's like anything. It's like anything else. It's the same with the breath work. It takes practice, because what we're doing is developing new habits, right? A new way of being. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's only a few minutes a day, but it takes repetition because the nervous system and our subconscious are trained through repetition. And it's as we tell our new clients, we've had a few new clients join us in the last 2 weeks. The beginning, it's messy, because what happens at the beginning when we start to retrain ourselves?
The mind doesn't like it.
No, the monkey mind does not like it. And it shows up with all different coercive ways to tell you
why we need support, lots of support around for this.
Yeah. And so when you are looking to, get into this personal growth, if you are overwhelmed by the stress, whether it's money, whether it's wellness, whether it's relationships, just know that there are good tools available, even in this crazy, stressed out, revved up culture we live in, that can help you find that calm space, find presence in the moment, start to attract back. And as Adam says, be in service, be who you truly want to be for this world, live with purpose, purpose for others, purpose for
And
the
that
planet.
comes, and you attract that. You don't have to find it. You don't have to seek it out. It will come to you the more you
Yeah.
nourish yourself in this way.
And it's a real common problem, again, when people start in a program, we say, just focus on, practicing the foundational practices. Okay, but now I want to do this, and I need to fix this, and I need to do that. Again, it's going back into the monkey brain, trying to solve shit and work shit out. And that's why we're there as coaches. That's why if you're doing anything, do it with a partner, do it with a coach, whether you connect with us or you connect with someone else. There's lots of great coaches out there.
But I will say, if you are looking for a coach and a community to connect with, make sure that they are focusing on nervous system function as the primary, and they're doing it in the moments of life, not a scheduling in of a day later or weeks. It has to be a game when you're playing every moment and every day, connecting to what is going on with my nervous system right now. What's my brain up to? And learning how to train your brain to release its pattern hold over your daily thoughts to get you into be reactive states. And that's the differentiator of what we're up to. And it's so it's not hard work, but it is challenging because of how the brain is designed.
And life is the classroom, as we say. Your day, every moment of the day is your classroom. And it takes support, and especially in the early stages. It takes someone to hold you a little bit accountable, with love and compassion and authentic, support. And that's truly what we offer and what the group offers. I love our group because for me, every time we have a call, it's absolutely inspirational. Because aren't we all out there inspired by authenticity and vulnerability? When we actually get to connect with the person and not the story, it's really enriching for all of us.
Yeah, and it's something that we lack, and I think a lot of folks know that we lack that kind of a connection right now. There's so much revved up fear, anxiety, agitation, frustration, lack, vibration, that when you can surround yourself with a community that has a vibration that really is dialed into positivity and love and happiness, joy and connectivity, you just feel it. And you start to feed off each other in a way where when your mind tries to pull you back and say, no, you're coming back. I want the adrenaline. I want the dopamine off of you. You're able to have the support around of the vibration of the others to make it easier to break through and finally have freedom from that mind that loves to sabotage.
And I think there's a point to clarify here, Adam, is like, that guy's not going away. That girl guy, that monkey mind is never going away. It's always going to be there. Adam and I still hear it. We've been practicing this for years. It's about making peace with it and being able to notice it, being able to see it, being able to create that small little bit of space between you and it, and own the moment and own your presence. And as you practice that, it becomes easier and easier. But life is still happening around you. There's still going to be the stressors and all that, unless you decide to go live in the forest somewhere and be self-sustaining, with a community of people to love and support you.
I think you just get to a point where you feel so good when you are connected to your nervous system in a real positive way that, it's like the 80-20 rule, which we talked a lot about in the past, with especially around food, and the idea that 80% of our thoughts right now, for the most of us, are really sabotaging thoughts. We might not realize it. We want to get to a point where we can flip that, and where 80% of our thoughts are really supportive and nourishing. And the other 20%, you just have the freedom to let it go a little bit and be okay with it. But
notice
that battle.
Notice it. And sometimes you're going to choose the Snicker bar, and that's okay.
Haven't done that for a while.
That's awesome. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I think that we should wrap it up again. Thank you. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Please give us a like or a comment. If you're interested in a completely free training on the heart flow breath work, give us a comment, give us a like, send us a DM, whatever it is, however you can reach us, and we'd be happy to share that with you. And if you're interested in the program, into what we do and how we do it and what it looks like, we're happy to have that conversation.
Yeah, it's a 3-month commitment, Unleash Your Energy group coaching program. We'd love to have you join us.
Awesome. Thanks very much for this, Adam.
All right, guys. Thank you.